start a new game. And before actually starting time, I'm going to just get this reticle going. Alright. Okay. So, 3, 2, 1, go. This is the Witness All Lasers. This is a puzzle game made in, I think, 2016. And all lasers. Okay, so this game, for any percent, you only need to activate 7 lasers, and there are 11 lasers in this game, and I'm going to be activating all 11 lasers. And in this beginning area here, we just have like these maze puzzles. Later on, we're gonna get puzzles with more like gimmicks, more interesting aspects to them than just a maze. So now we're done with the tutorial. That was it. Now we're headed towards the first laser. And in this first laser area, we're gonna have puzzles with symmetry, and that's gonna be a little interesting dealing with those. Well, it would be if I didn't know the solutions to them already. And that's the thing, is that with this run, it's a lot of just memorizing the solutions and then executing. It's a big just challenge of execution more than anything. Alright. Something else you might notice is that, well, you can get close to puzzle and then the mouse will be slower, and I'll be doing a lot of puzzles from far back and from various angles, I suppose. I don't know if it's like that many different angles, but you can do puzzles from lots of different angles. I'm gonna be doing some interesting stuff with those angles later in the run, I suppose. So I'm just gonna do these puzzles real quick. Then we're gonna go over here, and then these puzzles, they have blue and yellow dots, and your cursor can hit the blue ones, and the reflection of your cursor is needed to hit the yellow dots. The yellow line is always just a reflection of your cursor. And then here we're gonna start having your yellow reflected line is gonna start disappearing, and you're gonna start, well, you're gonna have to like imagine where the line is going. But it's not too hard, especially because I know what route I want to take for each of these puzzles. And with this, the solutions to these puzzles are on the opposite side from what puzzles I'm solving, but they don't actually help you progress and get the laser in this area, so I'm not gonna do them. No, not that way. I mirrored that from what it's supposed to be. Alright, and that was our first laser. Now we're gonna head over to our second laser, which is gonna be over here, next to this sand palace thing. I don't really know what to call this. But yeah, this area is based around like these hexagonal puzzles. it's not exclusively hexagon puzzles, but that is a large majority of the puzzles we're going to be doing here. And you might be able to see in the water there the reflection being the answer to the puzzle. It's just a bunch of these puzzles for a bit. Then we're going to head down to this water area, and we can skip pretty much all the puzzles in this area. We only need to do this puzzle to get through the door. The other puzzles really just serve to help you figure out the solution to this, but I already know the solution to this, so we can save time with that. And then in this room we just have some final puzzles, and then we're going to get the laser real quick. There's this elevator is going to rise up, and then the laser is going to activate. Then we're going to head over to the third area. At this point I'm going to stop counting because I don't really actually count the areas in my run. I go more by the name of the area, so we were just in sand area, and now this is going to be the quarry. We're going to have to do some puzzles to prove that we know stuff before actually going into the quarry, but now we're here. Then we do some more puzzles to prove our knowledge, although these ones are easier than the ones that we just did to get through to here. This garage thing is going to open. No. Do that. Here, what we want to do with these puzzles here is do everything except one. We specifically want to make sure every puzzle here has one error, basically. Whether that be a dot or a color. And then do this one. This. And then this. I want to be farther away from the panels so that I can actually move my mouse faster, which will hopefully actually help me out that I can move it faster, and hopefully it's not a hindrance. So we did the puzzles in this area, now we have to do the puzzles in this area over here. And we're going to have to do these puzzles here, which require some prior knowledge, which luckily I've beaten the game, so I do have it. You're not supposed to just be able to go straight to this area and do these puzzles. I messed it up. Okay. In fact, this is, I think you're supposed to do this area second to last in the game by the intended order of things, but imagine doing a speedrun in the intended order of things. Couldn't be me. Now, wait for this to lower. There's a lot of waiting in certain parts of this run. Like we have to wait for this to move over. But while we're here, I'm gonna solve this puzzle so that we can lower that so that we can get on a boat. We need this boat to get to the next area, so I'm just gonna do this now while we're waiting. And finally, we can do more puzzles. Let's do this. Now we've done the puzzles in this area, and we could activate the laser, but that's going to be a detour out of the area, out of the way of where I want to go right now. So we're just going to head to this boat and get the laser later in the run. And time for waiting again. We're going to take this boat over to this area with the star symbol here. The jungle area here. And the reason I don't put the path here is because as you approach a port or a stop, this speed, which I have set to max, is going to start slowing down. And so I want to use the maximum speed for as long as possible and then slow down right as I get to the port. And now we're at the port here, we're in the jungle, and all of these puzzles are going to have these star symbols on them. And with each of these puzzles, you generally want to group these stars in groups of 2 based on the color. And so we're just going to be doing a lot of these puzzles with the stars to get the laser in this area. No. Or, no, we do need to do this one, right? Yes. I'm so smart. You do this puzzle. And we're not done yet, just because we made that one pass. Now we're going to go over here and make these paths with the purple panels. Where you have to collect dots and also keep the stars grouped in pairs. Now we have to manage the squares, separate the squares of separate colors while keeping groups of 2 with these stars. And these stars are going to change colors as well, but it's not a big deal for us. We don't have to do this puzzle, fun fact. Now we can get the laser. And real quick, to get out of this area, I want to switch this. Each exit on this panel actually determines which way these paths go. This. Now we're going to head to the next area, the keep, which is right over here, this castle looking area. And there's all these mazes, these hedge mazes, with little secrets to them. And so we use the secrets you can find in these mazes to find the correct path through each maze. This staircase. I hope you remembered what those solutions I inputted were, because now you have to put in all 4 at once to get the laser. I mean, of course you could also write them down, but that would be slow. Excuse me, please, thank you, please, please. Alright. And now we just have to get out of here as quickly as possible, which is actually through this path. We don't want to go back through all those mazes again. So the next area, the next laser we're going to get is the Shadows laser, and you're supposed to, well, it's a Shadows laser, you're supposed to look at shadows to solve puzzles. You're supposed to open this gate so that you can actually see the solution to this puzzle. Luckily, I already know what the puzzle's solution is, so I don't need to open the gate. So that saves a fair amount of time. And then earlier, when I was in the quarry here, I did the puzzles to activate getting the laser, but I didn't actually get the laser. But now I can go and do this. Something you might notice is these lasers all point towards the mountain. We're going to be heading there later, once we've gotten all the lasers. Now we're headed to the city, or the town, and these puzzles are all based off of areas and lasers you find elsewhere in the game. It's kind of all put together. This is supposed to be the last area of the game you go to, and fittingly, being the last area you're supposed to go to, it's right accessible in the middle of the island. You can walk there pretty much at any point in the game, and you know, you can't exactly do the puzzles until you've done all the other lasers, but it is there in the center of the island. Oh, come on. And now I'm going to attempt to do some snipes, which is just doing the puzzle from far away. Position myself correctly here. And then there we go. Fun fact about this last puzzle is exactly the same solution as the fourth puzzle I did here. Oh, come on. Oh no, it's not gonna work. No, was I don't know what I did there. That's the problem with this, is that if I mess it up, I'm not entirely sure what I did wrong. But I got it, so that's good. Nope. Well, it goes this way. Then I'm going to do this so that one of the lasers I activated isn't actually pointing towards the mountain, and by doing that we actually point it towards the mountain. And so now we can do this puzzle over here. And now that we're done with the city, we can go over to the next laser area, which is the monastery over here. safe and get a little closer. If there are environmental objects like those leaves in the way, you're not actually going to be able to put your path through where those leaves are. So I want to make sure when I'm doing a puzzle there aren't any objects or anything blocking where I would want the path to go. And that's the laser. Now we're headed over to this jungle over here. These puzzles over here in the jungle are going to be sound-based. But we're actually not going to do all of these puzzles for the jungle just yet, because that's slower than just doing this. We can go over to this area over here, these color-based puzzles, and then I'm going to come back later and do the rest of the puzzles in the jungle. Oh, come on. And then we do these puzzles, which I'm not actually separating the colors, but if you use certain color filters, it is actually separating the colors. Spoilers, by the way. Did I forget to do spoiler warning for the solutions to all the puzzles in this game? Whoops. Not sure if y'all would remember it though, but I'm gonna set that elevator to go to the specific height that I want it to, but I'm not gonna actually get on that elevator. I can get to that elevator later once it's reached that correct height, and then that'll allow me to get the laser. These sound puzzles now have distracting noises amidst the sounds that you want to be listening for. So this game is a bit of a troll game. Jonathan Blow does a lot of silly things with the puzzles in this game. Alright, and did that skip, which is nice. That saves over 30 seconds. Don't actually know how much it saves, because I have not timed it. And I have not seen what other people have timed it to be, but I'm guessing it saves around 30 seconds, if not more. So now, I've done all the puzzles for this jungle area. Gonna make my way through this bamboo maze. Open this door that moves very slowly before getting the laser, so that by the time I've finished getting the laser, the door is open enough for me to walk through. And now I'm going to go back to this elevator, which I set to this height earlier. Going to move it up one level so that I can do this. And I'm getting it wrong twice because that accelerates how fast I go down. And I want to go down as fast as possible so that I can get out of the elevator quickly. Now we're going to head towards the last laser, which is the swamp laser. This features a lot and lots of puzzles with shapes. And fortunately, we can actually skip a lot of the puzzles in this area with a precise snipe with these two puzzles on this door here. No, I think I went too far to the left. That far. There we go. And then adjust our angle for this other puzzle. Nice. That went well. It wasn't terribly slow on those. If you look closely here, you can see the solutions I did for those. Now we're going to go get this laser. And now as we've gotten all the lasers, we now head towards the top of the mountain, the summit. This isn't Celeste Mountain, but we still head for the summit anyways. And then we're going to do some fun stuff up there up at the top. This is less interesting than climbing up 3,000 meters, I suppose, but it does get snowy up here. It's not a terribly small mountain. So we're going to open this box, and now we have this puzzle, which we have to be looking from a very specific angle to solve this, and you have to do it from 3 different angles. There we go. Now I'm going to do this. This can only be accessed with all lasers. Once you've activated all lasers, you can get that second solution, I suppose. And that's going to unlock a challenge game later. And that is going to be how we end this run, is with a fun little challenge for completing all of the lasers in the game. Also, a motion sickness warning coming up in about 30 seconds. Or less. So yeah, these puzzles, they do get a bit wacky and wonky and stuff. Alright. Now that we're done with that, we can go over here and trace a new path so that we can do the other puzzles in this room. This puzzle is specifically designed so that you have to do it from a weird angle. You can't just do it head on. There we go, and this one, likewise, we have to do from a weird angle. Now I'm going to do these green panel puzzles. now we've opened this door, and a flashing lights warning for the next 30 seconds. Alright, now that that's done with, we're going to do this maze. And this maze is, well, it's not really a maze, but this puzzle is interesting because once we've drawn our paths, we're going to be able to draw a path from the other side as well. And now we have these puzzles where you have to make a path that fits all of these puzzles, all of the panels here. Oh, I messed up the shape. Great. And now we can start with this side. Give us a second path in this. Now we can draw a new path on here from this side. And the goal here is to be able to make a path that can enter that side door while these paths still follow the rules of the puzzle described in this panel here. Now we make it to this elevator for a very long wait. You're not actually required to do this puzzle, it's just a little fun something to pass the time. So now we're headed towards the last little bit of this run. Just a few more puzzles and then we can head towards the final challenge that the game gives you for completing all the lasers. And with these panels, we'll create solutions to these puzzles, these smaller puzzles, and then this whole room is one giant panel that we solve. Now this is unlocked because we unlocked the second solution, or the second thing up at the summit. So now we can go over to this area, and this area features a lot of bonus puzzles that don't actually do anything, and it's just for your enjoyment. There's a bunch over there. We're gonna go up the staircase. There's more puzzles that we could do, but they don't lead to anything. And we're basically just headed towards the main challenge that this game gives you for getting all the lasers, which is accessed by solving this pillar right here. Now we can get through this door, solve one last puzzle, and then we see this box thing, this maze, which we'll have to deal with in this room. So the challenge is a set of, I believe, 11 puzzles that you have to solve that are all randomly generated, and you have roughly 7 minutes to solve all of them. And I usually get this on the first try, but maybe we won't. We'll see. And these randomly generated puzzles start off simple, but gradually get very difficult and fun, as I like to put it. Also, remember that solution to that maze that I just put in. That's going to come into play later. So the order of the puzzles in this area is random, so I just have to guess and see if I'm getting the correct panel. That's good. Alright, these puzzles over here, only one of them is actually solvable, which I don't think it's that one. Oh, this is tricky. Is it this one? Yes, it's this one. And then here we're going to start adding 3 colors with only one solution. That one was nice. Alright. Right here. I have to do this puzzle. Oh, shoot. And then we get these pillars over here, which are very difficult, and I need to figure out how to do them quickly, or else I'm in trouble. Shoot. Really? Come on, dude. This is frustrating. Alright, that took way longer than it needed to. Time. That's time. Oh, wow. So, that was all lasers, and we unlocked this box, which gives us another solution to a puzzle that we can then watch a video, and it's very cool. A very cool video. And yeah, that's my submission video.